You have tried to change this before, more than once.
You made the decision. You committed. For a few days, maybe a few weeks, something shifted. Something felt different.
And then, gradually, quietly, almost without you noticing, you returned to the same pattern, the same result, the same place you were trying to leave.
And you wondered, what is wrong with me? Why can I change for a while and then always come back?
The answer is not that you are weak, or undisciplined, or that change is not possible for you.
The answer is habits. Specifically, mental habits. The automatic ways of thinking that run so consistently, so quietly, so invisibly, that most people never even identify them as habits.
They feel like personality, like reality, like this is just how I am.
But they are not how you are. They are what you learned to do. Automatically. Repeatedly. Until it became automatic.
And what was learned can be unlearned with the right understanding and the right approach.
Today, we name every mental habit that keeps people stuck, and we show you how to break each one.
Stay with us, because what keeps you stuck is more specific and more changeable than you think. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
B1 to B2 level English. And before we go further, please subscribe to Speak Unstoppable right now. One tap. New episodes every week. Do not miss them.
Subscribed? Good. Now let's name the exact habits that are keeping you where you do not want to be. How are you feeling today, John?
Unstuck. Which is exactly where this episode will take you.
Thank you for being here. Let's go.
Okay, I want to describe a day. And I want you to notice how familiar it feels.
Go ahead.
You wake up with good intentions. Today will be different. Today, you will begin the thing you have been postponing.
And then, breakfast. And a small distraction. And a quick check of the phone. And suddenly, it is mid-morning.
And mid-morning, something unexpected requires your attention. And by the time that is dealt with, the momentum of the good intention is gone.
And the inner critic arrives. You always do this. You never follow through. Who are you kidding? You are not going to change.
And the good intention, which was genuine, which was real, it retreats under the weight of the habit.
And tomorrow, the same good intention, the same sequence, the same retreat.
This is not laziness. This is not weakness. This is a set of mental habits running so reliably that they have become invisible.
And today, we make them visible. Every single one.
Mental habit 1. And this is the one most people never name, which is exactly why it is so effective at keeping them stuck.
The permission habit. The unconscious belief that you need permission to begin.
Permission from circumstances, I will start when things are more settled. Permission from readiness, I will begin when I feel more confident. Permission from others, I will move forward when I have their approval.
And the permission never comes, because it was never yours to give yourself. You outsourced it. To circumstances, to feelings, to people.
And every morning, the good intention waits for the permission, and the permission does not arrive. And the intention dies in the waiting.
The break from this habit is simple, jarring, and completely available to you right now.
The break is this: you are already permitted. You were always already permitted. The permission you were waiting for, it is yours to give. It does not require circumstances to improve. It does not require readiness to arrive. It does not require anyone's approval.
I am permitted to begin this. Now, in these imperfect conditions, without feeling ready.
Say it out loud. Mean it. And then begin.
The permission habit breaks the moment you stop waiting for it. Mental habit 2. And this one, it disguises itself as high standards.
The all or nothing habit. The belief that something is only worth doing if it can be done completely, correctly, and at full quality. Right now.
I cannot practice English for 5 minutes. It needs to be a proper session. I cannot start this project today. I do not have enough time to do it properly. If I cannot do this perfectly, there is no point doing it at all.
And this feels like standards, like refusing to do something badly.
But it is not standards. It is avoidance, dressed in the language of quality.
Because the alternative, doing something partially, imperfectly, incompletely, it is always better than doing nothing, without exception.
5 minutes of English practice is 5 minutes of neural pathway strengthening. It is not nothing. It is 5 minutes of something.
And the person who does 5 imperfect minutes every day, they accumulate 35 imperfect minutes a week. 150 imperfect minutes a month. 1,800 imperfect minutes a year.
And those 1,800 imperfect minutes, they become fluency. Not despite the imperfection. Through it.
The break from this habit, something always beats nothing. Practice it once a day, in any area where the all or nothing habit appears. Mental habit 3, and this is the deepest one, because it operates at the level of who you believe you are, rather than just what you believe about a specific situation.
The identity habit. This is just who I am.
I am not a confident person. I am not someone who follows through. I am not naturally good at languages. I am someone who gets in my own way.
These feel like self-knowledge, like honest self-awareness.
But they are not observations. They are conclusions drawn from behavior that have been promoted to permanent identity.
And identity, the story you tell about who you are, it drives behavior. Automatically. Without decision.
You do not consciously decide not to follow through. The I am not someone who follows through identity produces the behavior of not following through, without conscious decision.
And the behavior confirms the identity. And the identity produces the behavior. And the cycle continues.
The break, and this requires genuine courage, is one language shift.
From I am not to I have not yet.
I am not confident. Identity lock. I have not yet developed the specific practices that build this kind of confidence. Open, changeable, possible.
I am not someone who follows through. Identity lock. I have a pattern of not following through that I am actively working to change. Open. In process. Not permanent.
The identity is not fixed. It was constructed from behavior, and behavior, unlike identity, can change.
Mental habit 4. And this one, in the modern world, is the most powerful.
The comfort-seeking habit. The automatic preference for the familiar, the easy, the low-risk option, whenever the uncomfortable, difficult, high-value option is also available.
And this preference operates milliseconds before conscious decision, before you even realize a choice is being made.
The phone instead of the practice, the familiar routine instead of the difficult new attempt, the postponement instead of the uncomfortable beginning.
And none of these individual choices feel significant. The phone check is a few minutes. The routine is familiar and productive. The postponement is just until tomorrow.
But accumulated across a day, across a week, across a year, the pattern produces a life lived almost entirely in the comfort zone, with almost no genuine challenge.
And the comfort zone, however pleasant, does not produce growth. It does not produce new capability. It does not produce the life that the good intentions keep promising.
The break from this habit is not eliminating comfort. It is adding one deliberate, uncomfortable choice per day.
1. Every day. Something that the comfort-seeking habit would automatically avoid.
And over time, the habit weakens. Because you have evidence, accumulated, daily evidence, that the uncomfortable choice was survivable, that the discomfort was temporary, and that what came after it was worth the cost.
Mental habit 5. We explored this in our overthinking episode, but it belongs here too, as a habit, as something that runs automatically rather than by choice.
Rumination. Returning to the same material, the same past event, the same worry, the same unresolved situation, again and again, without resolution.
And rumination feels like thinking, like working on something, like you are somehow addressing the situation by revisiting it.
But rumination is not thinking. It is recycling the same content, round and round, without new information, without progress, without resolution.
And the cost? Sleep, energy, attention, presence, it is enormous. And paid daily, without return.
The break, and this is one of the most important habits to break, is not trying to stop the thought. Trying to stop a thought makes it stronger.
The break is redirection. When the rumination begins, when you notice the same material appearing again, you redirect deliberately to something present, something real, something actually in front of you.
I notice I am ruminating about underscore, 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 underscore. That thought is not producing anything useful. I am bringing my attention to underscore, underscore, underscore.
The redirection does not make the underlying issue disappear, but it stops the energy being consumed by cycling and directs it towards something that can actually produce movement.
Every mental habit we have described today, it operates directly in English learning. And naming the specific English version of each habit, it is one of the most useful things you can do for your language development.
Permission habit in English. I will speak when my English is better. The permission will not come. Speak now. In the English, you have
All or nothing in English. If I cannot have a perfect conversation, there is no point trying. 5 imperfect sentences beat 0 perfect ones. Always.
identity habit in English. I am not a natural language learner. You have not yet developed the daily practice that makes language learning feel natural. Build the practice.
Comfort seeking in English, returning to the familiar content. The podcasts you already understand. The vocabulary you already know, without deliberately entering the challenging zone where growth actually happens.
And rumination in English. Replaying English mistakes. I said that wrong. Why did I say that? What must they have thought when the mistake is already past? And the energy would produce more in the next attempt than in the replay of the last one.
Name your English mental habits. Break them the same way you break any mental habit. With awareness. One deliberate choice at a time. Can I say something about what breaking mental habits actually requires?
Please.
It requires a specific kind of patience. Not passive patience, not waiting for things to change. Active patience.
The patience of doing something new, repeatedly, before it feels natural, before the results are visible, before the old habit has fully loosened its grip.
Because habits do not break on the first attempt. Or the 5th. They break on the 100th. After enough repetitions of the new choice, that the new choice starts to become the automatic one.
And the person who knows this, who breaks the habit on attempt 98 after 97 previous attempts, they are not someone who finally succeeded.
They are someone who continued past the point where most people stop. Because they understood that the process works, it just requires more repetitions than it feels like it should.
And every deliberate choice, every time you gave yourself permission without waiting, every imperfect attempt, every redirection from rumination, it counts, even when it does not feel like it.
Remember this. You are not stuck because of who you are. You are stuck because of what you automatically do. And what you automatically do, with enough deliberate repetition of the alternative, can change.
You are not stuck because of who you are. You are stuck because of what you automatically do. Word tour time.
Word 1. Outsource. To transfer a function or responsibility to someone or something else. Example 1. She had outsourced her permission to begin, to circumstances, to feelings, to other people, and was waiting for approval that would never come. Example 2. Many English learners outsource their fluency to a teacher, but fluency is built through personal daily practice, not through someone else's instruction.
Word 2. Accumulate. To gather or build up over time. Gradually increasing. Example 1. 1,800 imperfect practice minutes accumulated across a year and became fluency. Example 2. Accumulated small English victories, each conversation attempted, each phrase used naturally, they build a confidence that dramatic single efforts cannot.
Word 3. Promotes. In this context, to elevate something from one category to another, to raise something to a higher or more permanent status. Example 1. The behavior had been promoted to identity, from I sometimes do this to this is who I am. Example 2. Do not promote English struggles to identity. A difficulty in a specific area is not evidence of permanent incapacity.
Word 4. Recycling. Returning to the same material repeatedly without producing anything new from it. Example 1. Rumination is mental recycling, the same content, round and round, without new information or resolution. Example 2. Recycling the same comfortable English content, the podcasts you already understand, produces comfort, but not growth. Enter the challenging zone deliberately.
Word 5. Milliseconds. Extremely small units of time. Thousandths of a second. Example 1. The comfort-seeking preference operates milliseconds before conscious decision, before you even realize a choice is being made. Example 2. The gap between an English stimulus and your response is milliseconds, but building the habit of attempting rather than retreating changes what happens in those milliseconds.
Word 6. Deliberately. Done on purpose. With conscious intention. Not automatically. Example 1. She added one deliberately uncomfortable choice per day, and over months, the comfort-seeking habit lost its dominance. Example 2. Deliberately difficult English practice, choosing content that challenges you rather than content that comforts you, is the practice that produces the fastest improvement.
One thing this week.
Identify which of the 5 mental habits is strongest in you right now.
And apply the break just once this week.
Give yourself permission without waiting. Or do something imperfectly. Or redirect from rumination when it begins.
Just once. In one real moment.
Here is your sentence template.
The mental habit keeping me stuck is underscore. This week, I am breaking it by underscore. Even if it is imperfect. Even if I am not ready.
Say it out loud. With your real habit. Your real break.
The mental habit keeping me stuck is underscore. This week, I am breaking it by underscore. Even if imperfect. Even if not ready.
Mean it. And then do it.
Comment challenge.
Which of the 5 mental habits do you recognize most strongly in yourself?
Right. The mental habit keeping me most stuck is underscore. The break I am going to make this week is core underscore.
Write it. In English. In the comments. Honestly,
We read every comment.
please give this a like.
Subscribe to Speak Unstoppable.
Thank you for being here.
You are not stuck because of who you are.
You are stuck because of what you automatically do.
Change the automatic.
Bye, everyone.